face. Get your chin up like you belong in this place. We gon' train like you've never trained before. You're going up against something that you can't ignore. You gotta face your fears, you gotta scratch the itch. You gotta break through the walls and get after it. Only time will tell who's gonna make it. I promise you, I'ma be the one who's gonna take it. I fight, I provide, leaving blood on the pavement. If you're up against me, then you better be praying, cause I'll keep punching till my knuckles start breaking.
Where are my people?
Time will tell who's gonna make it. I promise you, I'ma be the one who's gonna take it. I fight, I provide, leaving blood on the pavement. If you're up against me, then you better be praying, cause I'll keep punching till my knuckles start breaking. I'll keep going through the blood that I'm taking. I won't stop till they all see greatness. The battle for my world just started, I've been waiting. Today is the day, don't waste any time, know it's time to make a change. Up in your mind, rearrange, start thinking you're the hero, headed out on your way. There's gonna be good times and bad times, that's alright, just stay on the line. Cause in life we all got a different mission, but the good guy always wins, that's a given. If you stay committed, you stay driven, you'll be looking down the barrel of completing the mission, ignition, like the flame.
So if you guys don't know, YouTube is definitely fucking up my numbers. Like, I complained a couple weeks ago on my YouTube, and I was yelling all angry, like, saying it's fucked up how I have videos that go, like, my graph says, like, they're catching heat, and then all of a sudden they drop to 0. And shortly after that, if you go on a lot of podcasts, all of a sudden you start hearing people talk about censorship on fucking social media platforms, and they're like, oh, well, it's okay for businesses to censor or not promote whoever they want. Like, they don't have to share your stuff with the world. If they want to decompress how many people see your stuff, that's within their right. If your stuff was meeting all the qualifications of their algorithm, but they don't like what you say, they have the right to get rid of it. Okay, I mean, I'm trying to think about that. I'm trying to think about how it's a free world if I live in that world. Especially when there's only 4 companies you can choose from and I'm banned from 3 of them. And so when I think about that, does that argument apply to if 10,000 people view my channel and 1,500 people like it, and they have the right to, like, see the likes explode and stop it and then crush the views down to an unrealistic number and then say that I got more likes than views and I got more likes than I've ever had on any of my videos? Nah, fool, ain't none of that work out. Like, that ain't free market, that ain't fair, that's the opposite. Like, YouTube just got themselves in a fucking heavy-ass lawsuit because, like, I mean, not only can you go look at my past and see 1,000 people say I got mental health issues, and at a dime, because I'm supposedly bipolar, that, like, I might kill myself any second. Not only does that exist, and they're fucking suppressing my shit and making me feel like a crazy person, but without all of that, They're literally stepping in and saying, if this person showed he got 10,000 views and more views than he got on any of his things, and he got 500 new subscribers, that would be way better results than any other motherfucker's YouTube talking about MULN, than anybody's any other thing anywhere ever. And so it would just be too much confirmation for you guys that they got to be like, nah, wait till Monday after the squeeze comes and we convince them to sell at cheap numbers. Like, they're all talking like bitches. And man, if you sell in the first day of a squeeze, you are the biggest pussy in the whole fucking world. Anyone who's like, unless we're at $1,000 in the first day, if you sell them the first day, you are a clown ass motherfucker for life. I don't care how much money you made. Like, here's the thing that nobody understands. Everything, almost everything that you hear from like the establishment rich that is also not establishment, like the ones who kind of speak up against the establishment. So for example, like Elon Musk would fall into this category. Like Joe Rogan would fall into this category. And like the more I watch, the more people are starting to fall into this category of actually telling us shit that wasn't a lie. What's one of the things that we heard 2 years ago when the stock started squeezing? Well, they saw what I saw. They saw MOAS potential. They saw stupid shit about to happen. And freaking, what's his name? The guy who owned Twitter. Jack Dorsey. Fucking Jack Dorsey says hyperinflation is coming. So we got a lot of motherfuckers out there who are thinking that they own 10,000 shares. 10,000 shares. And with these 10,000 shares, they're thinking at $100 a share, they're going to be able to cash out $1 million. Oh, a whole $1 million. And they're like, yeah, let's get $1 million. And I'm sitting over here realizing that $1 million is not going to be enough in the new world. Like, you got to understand, every stock that's going to be squeezing with us, like, they're all going to be making people lots of money. But all these stupid ass motherfuckers are going to be cashing out too soon. All these stupid motherfuckers in MULN are going to be cashing out too soon. And not all of them, but a lot of them. And when they cash out and we keep running and we start not only becoming the richest people in the world, but like taking wealth from the richest people in the world, when all of that starts happening, here's what's going to happen. They're going to give you the real inflation numbers. They're going to increase the rates like you've never seen. And money is not going to be worth as much as it was before. So understand, they already know they're going to fuck your money. And right now, you as retail have the right to choose how much you think MULN is worth. And you could own literally 10,000 shares and 10 option contracts. And your 10 option contracts, you could cash out at the stupidest numbers, but as long as you hold your shares, nothing happens. Like, the price just keeps running up. As long as you don't sell, they have to send the price up. If we run to $1,000 a share, David Mitchery is going to reverse split it. I mean, it might take till $10,000 a share, but he's going to reverse split it back to $20 and give you 50 times more of the shares. Like, that's just how they do it. Tesla did it 3-4 times throughout their squeezes. They just keep making a smaller number so everyone else can buy back in. If David was smart, he would say MULN's no longer going to be a fucking stock. It's going to be more like a currency. And what I mean by that is we are going to be a $1 stock forever. And if we go up in market cap, it increases the number of shares everyone holds. It doesn't increase the number of the dollar price. That way, anyone with $1 could always buy in. Like, if you want to be fucking gangster, you do something like that. And it's totally legit. I've already seen enough bullshit out there to know that's possible. But even when we hit 1K, you don't sell everything. This company's too valuable. Like, what we're fighting for is too valuable. At 1K, you should be able to sell 50% of your fucking holdings and have more money than you thought you were ever going to get. That's a fact. And if you didn't average down even a little bit, even like all you had to do was average down 10% of what you lost in the last year and a half to make that fucking true. And if you didn't do that, that's fucking on you. That's not on anyone else. And if you were one of the people that threw everything in and you got an $80 average and now you're just fucking broke, well, guess what? If you threw fucking $1 million in, you're gonna still have $10 to $15 million when we fucking hit $1,000 a share. God damn, like $15 million is still gonna be something. $1 million is gonna be nothing. Like $1 million, you're gonna be the poor person that buys the fucking ghetto ass house that has one new car in the driveway. Like, that's it. Especially for the first little while all the unemployment hits and they like gotta slowly fucking roll out how everyone's actually free and we get free food and like fucking shit's changing. 1% down payment on houses because interest rates are so high, but houses rates are crashing so much that with the interest rates being so high, if you do put $250,000 down on a house, like you just bought the house and it's not a bad house. Fuck. Yeah, I mean, if you don't know about averaging down, like you have not been watching for the last 2 years, and that's on you. Averaging down always works as long as the company doesn't go bankrupt. Like when BBIG happens, fucking BBBYQ happens. Like when they go bankrupt, like you're no longer guaranteed anything. But if you're not a stupid motherfucker, you know MULN ain't going bankrupt. But somebody fucking tell me how I got 1.5k likes on a video 24 hours ago and I got 15 viewers. How is that physically possible? I call bullshit. There's probably 1 million people watching this fucking YouTube live right now, and you're all a bunch of fucking bitch-ass motherfuckers hiding the data from me. This is fucking bullshit, people. You cannot like a video on YouTube without viewing it. And yet I got 1.5k likes and 1.1k views. And I know it's bullshit. And if you go compare it to other YouTube channels, like it says I got 10 to fucking 50,000 fucking views. And yet it still says 1.5k. Like it went from 1.1k when I saw the 1.5k likes first, and now it's at 1.5k views. But like that's all bullshit too. I know they're fake numbers. Like why are they updating the numbers if they're fake? If they wanted to freeze the numbers and just let me know it was frozen, that's fine. But to fucking pull this kind of fucking bullshit, like it's bullshit. This ain't a free America. They deserve to die for what they're doing. YouTube needs to be punished. The whole world needs to be punished. And I fucking hope that whatever I'm doing makes them suffer so bad they literally go live in caves in mountains and live like third world people, but worse. Like that is what I'm praying on these motherfuckers. Like this is bullshit. I've never fucking seen bullshit like this before. Let me find another good song. So, here's the deal. No matter what happens in the stock, no matter what anybody else says, you have to understand that the only real motherfuckers on this earth, there is no second favorite stock. Like, if you guys talk about another stock on my fucking channel, you get banned. There is no other stock, motherfuckers. When stock market squeezes happen, it's because one stock was forced to squeeze by retail, and fucking the Fed pumps the rest of them, hoping that all the FOMO that comes when 10 million people come to look doesn't fucking go into MULN. AMC is a fucking garbage wasteland. If you're an AMC, you're a fucking retard. It's 100% fact. You deserve to go bankrupt tomorrow. You fucking pussy. Anyone in AMC is a bitch ass motherfucker. They're a lying, scamming, bitch ass motherfucker. 100% of them. There is no real person in AMC unless they're literally mentally retarded. There's probably a couple of those people out there. This is your last chance at a real stock squeeze. Every other stock that is worth anything is going up enough in value and has diluted nothing because retail doesn't care about those stocks yet. And they will be at billion-dollar market caps, and you will not be able to have this war again. This is the last time. This is the perfect math for the perfect squeeze, and you will not get this opportunity a second time. That is a fact of life. They thought they could beat us. They thought they could get us to sell. They will never put themselves in this situation again. $100 is guaranteed. But if we hit 100 and drop, you are all pussy ass motherfuckers, because we only need to hold at least 60% to get past that. As long as we own 60% of the company, it will keep going to its true value. And not the true value of today, but the true value of 5 years from now. That is how stocks are supposed to be priced. Priced off the real information and the projected potential, if the potential of hitting that projection is realistic, because they have technology, they have patents, they have Fortune 500 companies, they have commercial, they have fucking MULN 5 RSs, they have Bollinger, they have everything a car company could ask for. All of it. And you're talking about $100 fucking selling at a $30 billion market cap? Fuck you, pussy. You are not my people. I do not understand you. I do not relate to you. All you people trying to fucking talk people into holding at 5 so that we can get to 100 so you can sell like a bitch? Fuck you and your dead mother. I don't know how else to say it to get rid of you. Like, never speak to me again. If I have 0 people on here, I would be happier than having you on here. Like, does that make sense? So get the fuck out of here. You ain't ready for me. You need to go back out there. MULN's going to squeeze. I'm going to create a people and a community. And you're going to go out there and you're going to fucking follow in the footsteps of these bitch-ass motherfuckers trying to tell you how to live your life and telling you the best way, telling you about the science. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to get so bad there that the only way for it to get good is to fucking put a computer in your brain or your wrist or wherever it fucking goes. It's going to be your only option in that world to be happy. But in my world, we stay human. Like, we ain't changing. We know who we are. We know where we come from. We are staying the same for forever. And so if you aren't ready to hear my message, if you haven't already confirmed who I am by looking at my last videos, if every fucking video I speak on doesn't motivate you to go look at the rest of my videos and find out if I'm a real motherfucker, you ain't ready for this. So fucking enjoy the fucking chaos that happens out there. It's going to be good for a little bit. It might get bad in the beginning, but it's going to get real good. And then it's going to get real weird. And you're going to have to make a choice. And the choice is them or me. Because there are no other choices. It is them or me. Those are the only 2 picks humanity has. Because you're all too weak to start your own community. I'm the only one strong enough to do it. And everyone else that starts anything else in the world is all on the same side. It doesn't matter if it's the president of the United States, if it's China, if it's Russia, if it's Ukraine, if it's fucking Saudi Arabia, Brazil. They're all on the same team. They always have been for 100% of the time. And everything you've ever seen has been an accepting, willingly thing to create the next narrative of history. Like everyone just agrees to go to war. Everyone agrees like there was Jewish people that said, "Yes, Germany, you can kill our Jews so that we can then come and say that how terrible we were so no one can ever say a bad thing about us again." Like that's 100% fact. Every single thing that's ever happened on this world on a large scale was 100% on purpose until fucking Tesla, GameStop, AMC, and now MULN. It's a fucking fact of life. If you don't know that, you're fucking retarded. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help the retards. It's just too obvious. Like, why do these people gotta be so retarded? Like, how are they gonna change their whole fucking narrative on Twitter the day I get fucking censored on YouTube with a mathematical fact that there are new investors coming to fucking MULN on Monday, yet everyone's fucking talking about how we might go to $5, but we need to hold, because even if we fall from $5, like, the fuck are you guys talking about? How are we not fucking having a celebration? Tomorrow's closing price should be $100,000 a share, from what I can see. Why would they limit my views? Why would they limit my likes? Like, there's obviously more than 1.5 thousand likes on the video. It says there's 1.5 thousand likes on it because they came all at once. Like, somebody saw the message, they liked the message, they shared it in a group, and everybody in the group liked it. That's what happened. And if you don't think that group just is fucking going crazy right now, sharing the message they just found out about, you're fucking retarded. FOMO's already coming in on Monday, thanks to Marcus Earl Ray. Nobody else, just Marcus. Everyone else talking like a bitch, as usual. Like, it's one thing if you want to talk like a bitch, but it's a whole nother thing if you're, like, fucking getting mad at me because I'm not talking like a bitch. That's what they were doing in that last Twitter space. They were getting mad at me because I was only talking about the company, not talking about stock squeeze, but yet justifying $1 trillion market cap, and they were pissed. Yeah, sounds very bullish. Sounds like bulls that want a stock squeeze and want people to buy more. Like, these are a bunch of pussy-ass motherfucking Jews that just don't want you to be rich. That's what it is. They're all, like, whether they're fucking religious Jews or fucking born Jewish or fucking, they just hate poor people. We categorize them all the same. Big-nosed motherfuckers. It don't matter if they got a small nose or a big nose. If they're greedy bastards that feel better about themselves because they're richer than their neighbor, they need to fucking go to prison. Like, or worse, like Judgment Day. If you ever read the Bible, there's 2 Judgment Days. There's the Judgment Day where the King of Kings is kneeled to by everybody. And then there's, after 1,000 years, there's a second Judgment Day where Jesus resurrects all the sinners and do-gooders and people that didn't get in the first resurrection, who were the prophets and apostles. And in this period, the second judgment, like, everyone comes back, but, like, you're gonna be very upset with yourself when you're the person getting resurrected and you're the fucking asshole you're the fucking asshole. Like, there's several layers of heaven. The goal is to become a god yourself. The only reason God would come down on this earth and sacrifice his own well-being and godhood, like to fight Satan to save you, is not so you could be an angel like you were before the war in heaven. It's so that you could become a god. But not everyone's willing to rise up to the challenge, and that's okay. That's okay. There's a few of us out there. As long as it's more than just me, we're winning. As long as it's just more than me, we can do this again and win easier the next time and the time after that. Like right now, it's just me, Jesus, and Joseph Smith. But we need more. We need more. So that we can create more angels, and 33% of them can turn into demons, and one of them Satan, and one of them Jesus. And we can keep refilling this, but sending in more people to edify the story so that even more people believe the next time in 7,000 years. Like, you guys don't understand. You're so weak. You're so pathetic. There's nothing in this world I could do to convince you that I'm God. Like, and maybe there's a couple people out there that already believe it, but like all of you, when I speak in the majority, are so weak and pathetic. There's not one thing. Like, MULN could go to $1 billion a share tomorrow. None of you would think anything about me in some religious sense. Like, I could literally bring somebody from the dead that you knew was dead, that you shot in the head, and you would call me a fucking witch before you called me God. Like, if that is the world we live in, is they hate God. You hate God. Like, just by the way you live and the way you spit on your forefathers, you hate him. Your actions hate him. And so, it's going to start with a small amount of people. It's going to start with the people out in the world claiming to love God and claiming to like have these new medicines that heal all these sicknesses that we thought was impossible. Like, they had that shit done 10 years ago. You're stupid if you think that shit's going to be new just because they announced it. And so, like, when they start doing all these things, they say, oh, I don't see Marcus doing these things. Well, you just wait. And you see what comes out of my community. You see what we're able to build. You see what technology we bring to the table. Like, no matter what you guys do out there, whatever I got going on, it's always going to be better. I don't fucking focus my mind on nothing unless it's the best the world can offer. And so, no matter what you find, no matter what you already have, I will overcome you. I will prove I'm better than you. And eventually, they're going to make it so bad for the 97% of retards out there that don't believe I'm God. And they're going to make life so bad for you, they're going to make you choose to become a robot or choose me. Most people choose the robot, but a lot of people choose me. And then the people that chose the robot get wiped off the earth in less than 3.5 years from now. And then the people that didn't choose the robot live in a new world where I am king of earth. And it's not even close. Like, literally, if somebody does something wrong and they think you deserve to die, the rule is you have to bring that person to Marcus's feet and tell me why he deserves to die. And if he deserves to die still, he might die. But outside of that, like, you kill somebody and you die. Those are the rules. There is nothing that can justify your violence. Because we know that we are just in fucking mortal bodies. Even if you die, you should be praising the death. You should not be having funerals. Like, literally, so many of my friends have died. So many of my family have died. And I did not attend the funeral because the Bible says Jesus didn't go to funerals. Jesus asked people to stop going to funerals and fucking follow his word. Because we can save them from their death if we finish what we started. But if we don't, and we all fucking focus on the misery and the fucking bullshit Satan wants us to fucking praise this person that got nothing to do with the future, well, guess what happens? Like, let the fucking old bury their dead. Let the dead bury their dead. How clear does the Bible gotta be? If you got shit to be doing, you should be doing that shit. God damn. Like, I'm not a person that's a ritual person. Like, I pray when I feel like I need to pray. I read the scriptures when I feel like I'm missing answers. I fucking, like, I don't fucking do ritual religious shit. Nothing. None of that shit matters. The Bible, read it as if it was talking to a regular person and God wasn't real. Assume those two things are true. Read the Bible, and that's how you should fucking live your life. Forget about sacrifices. Forget about this bullshit and focus on other people. Focus on helping people that you know if you help them, they could be a champion among men. Because there's a lot of them out there that are just fucking beaten down by this devil world. But when they get the chance, they're going to fuck this world up. You heard it here first. Like, this is 0 to hero. This is the fucking comeback of all the people that have been spit on and fucking abused. Like, that's what this fucking is. And now we got all the fucking top 10 Twitterers trying to come in and say this is something else. This is $5 and then $10 and then a year from now or 10 years from now manufacturing. No. This is none of that. This is a stock squeeze into the greatest company market cap potential of any company in the whole market. And that means this stock squeezes all the way to its top potential right away. That's what it means if you're fucking smart. If you sell like a bitch and you give the company back to them, that's on you. I'll be here yelling at you, of course. But that's fucking on you. Don't you dare fucking sell on me, bitches. If you read the Bible, just read the book of Revelation. It literally says Jesus is not coming back. It says God will wipe away your tears. It says God will come back and be with his people. It says Jesus will be the Spirit in God's heart. Word for fucking word. So if you read the Bible, how do you believe Jesus is coming back to save you like every other retard Christian on this earth? Because the Bible doesn't say Jesus is coming back to save you. The Bible says God is coming back in the flesh with Jesus' spirit, and Jesus and God are the same in the one, and that Jesus is in the flesh because God is in the flesh with Jesus' spirit. And any exalted man is Jesus in the spirit. Read your fucking Bible, you dumbass motherfuckers. Like, the day God shows up, I'm happy to bow to him. But until he does show up, I know it's me type thing. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, the only way I can justify I'm not God is by reading the fucking Old Testament and seeing that God had 3 children. And if you know the Mormons, the second prophet, who I'm an ancestor from, gave the fucking Adam is God doctrine to the Mormon church, one of our greatest prophets, and said it was all from Joseph Smith. And there's lots of fucking teachings about Joseph Smith saying those same things, but everyone's like, oh, but Joseph Smith didn't write that himself, so it could have been a mistranslation. Well, fucking Brigham Young wrote it. And Brigham Young says Adam was God, and that his spirit was in Adam. And fucking 1 Corinthians, or it might be, no, it's fucking Romans, that says the first Adam came to show people how to grow. The second Adam comes as a quickening spirit, and a quickening spirit dominates everything in its path. And so if we assume that Adam was God, but somehow I'm not God, but yet somehow a different person than Jesus is coming, well, guess what? It says that Adam had 3 sons. In the war in heaven, we only hear about 2 sons, Lucifer and Jesus. But it says God had 3 sons, Abel, Cain, and Seth. And then it says in 1 Peter that the chief shepherd shall arise and that he will be holy and righteous. It wouldn't tell you that the chief shepherd will arise and be holy and righteous if there weren't reasons to suspect that he wasn't holy and righteous. Does that not make sense to you? Think about it. If I came back perfect as Jesus, it would be obvious. It would be too hard to deny. But if I came back as somebody who's holy and righteous and on my path to finding Jesus and making Jesus a spirit inside my heart, which the fucking New Testament says the only church of God is in the heart of an exalted man. Literally word for word it says that. And so I'm trying to fight for that. There's either, like the Bible says God is coming to fuck this world up, but like if you interpret another way, it just says another one of God's sons is coming to fuck this world up, and that son is using Jesus' sacrifice to do it. Any way you look at it, either God is using the sacrifice of Jesus to come back immortal to fuck this world up, or it's another son of God. And we call him God anyways, just like we call Jesus God. It's that simple, motherfuckers. If you read it any other way, you're a stupid ass motherfucker. And like, again, it doesn't mean it has to be me. There could be another Marcus 50 years from now. There's all types of things, but I could give you other evidence that says it's not and that it is me. But like, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that you understand I'm the only good guy that's speaking out that you can trust. Everyone else has an agenda, has someone who helped make them, and they answered a rich person who has a big ass motherfucking nose. And what that means is they want you their slaves, and they will do everything in their power to keep you poor. If you don't hold to fucking 100,000, like, at least half your shares, you fucked up. Like, you're gonna cash out at $100, you're gonna cash out at $1,000, and you're not gonna have nothing left, and you're gonna swear it's going back down, and you're gonna take all your money and throw them on puts, because there's no way a company could stock squeeze that high, and it's gonna keep running, and you're gonna look like a dumbass motherfucker. Again, the Bible says that when this holy man comes, he will come to all of you and say, you never fucking knew me. So all of you pretending that you know what Jesus was like, all of you saying Jesus loved and Jesus was nice, and you all ignore Jesus flipping the fucking tables in the temple. Like, you're a pussy ass motherfucker, you're not a Christian, you deserve to die, you deserve to go to hell, I'm coming for you. You pussy ass Christian. Like, you're a Christian with a small c. We're Christians of Christ. You bitch ass motherfucker. Read the Bible. You're a bitch. I'm God. You're nothing. I destroy all of you. You bow or else. Those are the only rules to this game. We are living in a game, and I'm the only one that knows how to play it. You pussy ass motherfuckers. I will fuck all you up all at the same time. Like, literally, all of you combined, and in any type of competition of smarts, athletics, anything. There is not one of you that can beat me in anything in this world. With enough training and resources, I am the best human on this planet at everything on this world. And what I'm going to do over the next 3.5 years is let people vote on what would prove I'm better than all of you combined. And whatever the top 4 things are, if one of them's be the best NFL player to ever live, if one of them's be to be like solve some type of mathematical problem that we know that can be solved but hasn't been solved yet, if one of them is this, that, or the other, like, I will do everything on this planet to prove you are a bunch of punk ass motherfuckers that never tried to do nothing in your life. The only reason you suck is because you haven't tried. I'm the one trying here. You pussy ass motherfuckers.